Hello, Phoenix Physics students, and welcome to Physics 101. I'm Robert Austin. I'll be your facilitator for the next 5 weeks. I want to just go through a few things to help you get started on the right foot. A lot of times students get confused about what to do and when to do it. So first place to go is look at the course syllabus. Uh, all this, I encourage you to look it over, but it's nothing surprising. The main thing I want you to look at the beginning is this table at the end of the syllabus, and this summarizes when things are due. You basically have each week 3 things to submit: an interactive overview, a discussion topic response, and an assessment exercise, which is an essay based on a simulation exercise that you do. So the interactive overview, I'll talk more about it later, but it's due on Thursday by midnight Phoenix time by Thursday. So today I'm recording this on Monday, August 7th. So Thursday will be the 10th. So by 11:59 p.m. Phoenix time on Thursday, try to get that done. The same goes for your response to the discussion topic, okay? So get your response to discussion topic in by that time. Otherwise, there'll be a penalty for lateness that accumulates for each day late. So please try to get your response in by Thursday. And then there's 2 replies due the following Monday. So the course runs from Tuesday through Monday. So officially the course begins um, on Tuesday, the 8th of August, and will end at 11:59 p.m. on Monday, the 14th. So just before midnight on Monday. If you have any questions, you can post them here. Of course, you can send me a message as well. So messages are here. You can always send me a message. Check your messages regularly. I've noticed recently that Blackboard has added a feature where I think a red dot appears by messages if you have any new messages. So that's good. You're alerted when you get messages. So keep an eye on that. All right, we're in week 1, atoms in motion. I guess the first thing to say here is, where is your reading assignment? Your reading assignment is here under Learning Activities. So just click on that. There's a link to Chapter 1. And you really need to consider this as your primary source. A lot of students go and uh, read articles in Wikipedia or articles somewhere else, and that's okay. Those are good sources of information. And I'm not discouraging you from doing that. But your primary source is this textbook. And I'll try to make it clear in a minute that you know I'm really expecting you to read the chapter, because there's certain things that you should refer to in the reading assignment when you write your essay for your assessment exercise. Okay, so do read this, and then you want to concentrate on, first of all, 2 things probably: your interactive overview and the discussion. Interactive overview just takes about a minute to do. Let's take a look at that real quick. Um, Also, I encourage you to use Chrome. In the past, they may have fixed it now, but other browsers like Windows um, Explorer or Windows Edge don't seem to work very well with Blackboard, or haven't in the past. So if you don't see this button here, you're probably not using a compatible browser. So if you don't see the start attempt button, run it in Chrome. Okay, so here we go. Open it up. Um, and it tells you what you should be doing. And then it asks you, how do you feel about uh, your status so far. Well, this is the first week, so you probably barely know what's going on, but don't worry too much. And of course, I'm the instructor, so I'm going to say I feel very confident, and I'm going to say why. If you feel nervous or really worried about something, try to give me some idea why. All right. If it's just because it's your first week, don't 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 let yourself feel so worried because it's not that bad. If you're a couple weeks into the course and you really feel lost, then it makes sense to say you're worried and try to tell me why. Make sure you submit your comment so that I can actually grade it. You can download a confirmation. Otherwise, um, it will email it to you. So, um, you know, but you can always download the confirmation. So if I don't get it for some reason, but you say that you submitted it, you have some evidence of it. Okay, the other more important. So this is only 4 points. More importantly is the response to discussion topic. So, and you see that's 40 points, 10 times more value. There's really two parts to the discussion. One is your response, what's called the response. So you read this, okay? There's some questions. Respond in your answer, which should be 175 words or more. Try to respond to all these different things, okay? And it's that is due by midnight Thursday. So I've said that already. Phoenix time. We go by the Phoenix clock. Once you've responded, sometime later in the sometime later in the week, you can reply to your fellow classmates. So that's two replies. Read the responses of your classmates sometime after Thursday, most likely. I mean, you can do it earlier if there's classmate responses to reply to. You can reply to my comments too. So if I make a comment or a reply to another student's response or to your own response, you can reply to me, and that counts. But at least two of those, and those I don't count the words in those, but they should be substantive. So give me an idea um, why you're making the comment that you're making. Okay, don't just say, "Oh, I agree with you," or "You have a cool name." I've had students say that before. Simply say, "You have a cool name." Not to me, my name's not cool, but somebody else might have a very interesting name, and they say that they have a cool name. But that alone is not a substantive response. Okay, so you wouldn't get full credit for a response like that. There is a rubric. You can take a look at the rubric to get an idea of how it's being graded. Okay, so um, you see the breakdown here. If you're on time, for example, if you post everything by Thursday, you'll get 16 points in that portion. You'll lose a couple points each day you're late. Okay, so try not to be late. It's not a disastrous. Sometimes you just can't help it, but you lose a couple points out of 40 each day late. Okay, and then your biggest point-wise assignment is the simulation assignment. So there's just these basic ones that aren't. I mean, they're very important. Like this one is. Let's see, this one's worth 120 points, so that's quite substantial. Um, this is what I'm looking for. So you're going to do a simulation. To do it, download the assessment guide. These are the instructions, so just download that. You'll see, now I clicked on it, it seems like nothing happened, but I actually downloaded a Word document. If you don't see a link popping up, just go to your downloads folder. You'll see it there. Okay. So just follow the directions. Read the words too. Don't just go by pictures. This, in particular, this first one's a little misleading. It talks about running the simulation for oxygen, and then it shows a picture for water. That does not mean run the simulation for water. Run it for oxygen. It says so right in the instructions. So read the words. Don't just look at the pictures. Okay. And these are the things you're supposed to do then. Describe in your own words. Uh, give me a summary of what you did, the procedure. Don't just copy it from the instructions. Give me your own words. Um, give me your observations. Sometimes that means give me some numbers. Like this simulation, this first exercise will ask for some temperatures. So tell me what temperatures you're reading. While you're doing this simulation, some questions might pop into mind. Come up with a question. Even if you think you understand everything, come up with a question. If you know the answer, answer it yourself. But I am grading, I'm looking for questions, so please put a question in there. You're supposed to discuss two specific ideas from the reading. So make sure you read chapter 1 of the Feynman textbook, your textbook, which I showed you already. Discuss two specific ideas in the context of the simulation. And then give me a general statement of what you learned about atomic motion by playing with the simulation. List your references. So at the bottom of your essay, I want a list of references. One of those references should be your textbook. Check your spelling and punctuation. Try to write it as an adult, okay? And that's all there is to it. I do suggest maybe reading it out loud to yourself or to a loved one or friend, just to get some feedback to make sure it makes sense when you read it. But I did not want to do that. Okay, and make sure when you're done, you submit it. If you don't submit it, it'll be saved, but I cannot grade your essay. All right, and I think lastly, I want to bring your attention, if things don't make perfect sense or you have other questions in mind, I have a live meeting on Friday starting 6 p.m. Phoenix time. If you don't know what that is, sometime before Friday, click on the link. And it'll tell you what it is in your time zone. I'm on Eastern time. It says it begins on Friday at 9 p.m. Okay, so if you have any doubts what time 6 p.m. is in Phoenix time according to your clock, wherever your time zone is, just click on the link and see what it says. During that, I'll give a presentation, probably spend half an hour or so on a few slides talking about the current week's topic. And then I'll go through the simulation and show what I'm looking for and how to run the simulation. Okay, I've taken up enough of your time. I will stop at this point. And I hope to see some of you on Friday during the live meeting. I like to have someone to talk to. It makes the meetings much more interesting. But it's optional, as you see here. If you can't make it, that's okay. I'll record it and post the recording probably on Saturday sometime. Okay, that's all for now. I hope to see you in class.